I don't have any tooth. I'll admit it. I will brag. Those players did not just go and whip that ass for us to be like, oh, good game. No, we whipped your ass. We took $800,000. Now we're partying with it.
Yeah, who cares if you're in the Power 5 conference if you don't win it, ever? Or you don't beat any of the teams in it? Like, what's the point of that? Wouldn't you rather win the conference and say, like, hey, my team is good, than lose the conference and say, well, our conference is good?
Look, they don't call me Tip for nothing. And my tip is, look out for the group of 5 this season. They've been taking it to the Power 5 year after year.
The only quarterbacks that ever get any love are from the Power 5. I could easily list off the top group of 5 quarterbacks I would rather have than those guys. I would be willing to bet that at least one of them is going to be in the running for the Heisman this year.
Down the middle, James, the lateral to the corner of the end zone. Can you believe that?
What's up, everybody? Group of 5 Guys podcast coming at you live. Final podcast, really, before bowl season starts, but we got a big show for you. We got 5 conference championship games. We had 3 of us. UTSA, San Antonio, full review and breakdown is coming on this show tonight. We got a lot of atrocities to talk about. We got a couple games to talk about. Before we go any further, make sure you hit like and subscribe on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Follow us on all the social media platforms at Group of 5 Guys. As always, let me go around the room here. Start with Swag Bear. How are you?
FOMO at its finest, sir. Looked like y'all had a fantastic time. I was Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, everything stalking y'all to a T. Tried to call you a few times. Got ignored a few times. I understand y'all are quite busy. I wished that UTSA could have also experienced a swag, but hey, but that's how life works. Sometimes you can't have everything you want in life, and I'm very happy with the outcome. I had UTSA in the points with that, so it was a fantastic bet on my part. One of the only bets I won this past weekend. Had a great weekend, Sprouse. Had a great weekend.
There you go. Tyler Tipton, good to see you again, my friend. How are you?
Great to see you too, Sprouse. I am doing fantastic. I mean, gosh, I know we're going to get into the the details of this trip, but what an amazing trip we had. And I know I speak for all of us when I say I appreciate everyone's hospitality that that we talked to, and everyone at the tailgates, and we just really appreciate you all treating us like a UTSA fan, like we've been there every single game. And we from the tailgates to the game, from everywhere that we went through San Antonio was just an amazing time. And I don't know about you boys, but I definitely see a trip back to San Antonio in our future.
And there's no question, and we say it every time we go somewhere. But listen, San Antonio, they got something special there. As far as in-game environment, crowd noise, the light show, it's up there now. It is definitely up there, and we had a hell of a time in the city as well. Jeff Murphy, last but not least, how are you?
You know what, Sprouse? I'm limping across the finish line today, boys. I am still hurting from that weekend. I'm losing my voice. But, no, to echo everything Tip said, man, it was just an incredible weekend down there. Then got back, watched all the conference championship games on Saturday, and then I got to coach my oldest son Dominic's last flag football game, finished out with a W. So voice is hoarse, feet are sore from walking all over and birding all over San Antonio. But what a special weekend. I mean, it was just absolutely incredible for not knowing what to kind of expect, going down there for the game. I mean, just absolutely blew our socks off, and we'll get to the nitty-gritty, but just incredible.
There's no question. But before we get into the atrocities of the weekend with our very own Swag Bear, I do want to say shout out to all of our wives for holding the fort down when we make these trips, for, even when we're at home, letting us sit on the couch or whatever and watch football all damn day long. Yeah. Shout out to them. We've talked about it before, but football wives, football girlfriends, can't beat them. But enough of the positives. Time for the negatives.
I'm so excited about this because out of all year, I have probably 4 to 5 atrocious things to talk about, and I want us all to be a part of this. Jeff, I know you're going to have some opinion. There's a fly there, buddy. You got it. Come on, get it.
Need the
I
chopsticks.
want I want us all to be able to be a part of this because I know what I'm going to talk about. We can all relate. I think we're all going to have the same opinion on. So I have 4 or 5 things. I have this little chart here. I'm going to flip a coin,
Chart.
and then whichever one I hit, I'm going to start with first, okay? So cue me in, Jeff. Let's get these atrocious awards away. It's atrocious. It's atrocious. Okay. First thing on atrocious. As the past 2 months, I've been talking about it. I'm that guy that was super, super fat. Now I'm going to the gym. I take pictures of myself. I'm thinking I'm Mr. Everything. I get it. I'm a tool bag. But now I've become a everyday go to the gym, and I'm starting to notice things that are starting to really piss me off. It's annoying. The first thing that's atrocious: why are there handicap parking spots for the weight rooms? Because one, you got to walk into the weight room. You're going to get an exercise in. You mean tell me there's actually needs to be some? There ain't nobody in a wheelchair in there in the weight room, more than likely. Yeah, Tipton, I said it. These guys, hell, part of the workout should probably be parked at the back of the parking lot and have them walk to the front door. There should never be handicap parking at a weight room. Second thing in the weight room, I hate more than anything. Well, I don't know if they pay these guys extra to see how many times they can piss you off. When you go and you scan your little scan card, you have your AirPods in, and you're just trying to get your zoned in, want to go work out. You have to be like, "Hey, sir, how are you? What was that? Sorry, I'm doing fine. I'm in the zone. Please, for the past 1,500 days, you've seen me here. I'm doing the same every time. I'm going to say I'm fine. Do not interrupt me. Do not let me scan my card. Let me go in and get my workout in. Number 3, rack the weights appropriately.
Yeah.
Rack the weights appropriately. If a 45 does not go on the second from bottom rack, it goes to the very bottom. It's atrocious how these people are just have no etiquette. Sprouting comes to the weight room, which is why I have a feeling you decided to make your own gym. And Jeff has a little gym in the backyard too. Tipton, do you? Okay, see, I'm behind. I'm behind here. I just now started going to the weight room, so I need to get my own gym. Apparently, weight rooms, gymnasiums, these huge global corporations, get your shit together. Stop using handicap. Stop hiring people to say good morning, and make sure people are racking the rates correctly. It's atrocious.
If I may,
if you may, go. I got 3 more.
You are right. The garage gym solves all of those problems immediately. You don't even need to you don't even put headphones in. You just play it on the speaker. Rack the weights however you want it. Honestly, you can just leave some of the weights on the bar knowing you're going to use it the next day. I will rebuttal you a little bit about the handicap.
I get I'm not politically correct. I know I'm probably people are like, wow, this guy's an asshole. If you're going to the gym, then you probably don't need parking in a handicap spot.
Can I ask a quick question?
It's not all like somebody.
I'm gonna start lipping my ass in there.
Can I ask a quick question?
There's like wheelchair bodybuilders.
Yeah.
Is this because you don't like walking further?
Man,
Yeah,
it's always packed. It's always packed. And I have to park all the way in the back every time. And the handicap spots are a little bigger. These parking jobs are very, very narrow, and it's hell just trying to park. And guess what? If a guy is in a wheelchair and he's a bodybuilder, I'm sure that he can actually wheel his ass a few more yards instead of having to go from just across the street.
I don't know if you are aware of this, but the reason the handicap spaces are a little wider, and typically there's like it's so they can get out of the car with the wheelchair.
I get it.
My God.
I'm not saying I'm sorry for this. I'm sorry. I just said I'm sorry, but it's not sorry for that. I'm sorry for saying I'm not sorry.
Okay,
all right, let's go to the next one.
Let's
go to the next one. Flip the coin here. I'm on one, boys. I didn't go to UTSA. I had a lot to think about. Okay, let's talk about this. Football related. This really is driving me crazy. There's someone out there in the football world who, in my opinion, he's one of my most favorite athletes of all time. I think he's a hell of a coach. He's straight up, and America is soft. Deion Sanders leaving Jackson State, going to Colorado. Hey, he said it to his players before the championship game. You either get elevated or you get eliminated, and you're a coach. He's getting elevated. He told his team. They still took care of business. They kicked tail. He goes to Colorado, and so there's a video clip of him. They short it down where he's saying, hey, I'm bringing my quarterback. I'm bringing some Louis, a.k.a. 5 stars. Y'all want to hit the transfer portal. That's not what he's saying. He's saying, God forbid that the guy's being straight up and honest with you, but he's just saying, if these guys aren't going to put in the work, then they need to get out. The people that are mad right now, the parents that are mad their players are being told to leave, these are the parents that are giving their kids the participation trophies. These are the parents that are wanting everybody to be equal. Let me tell you a quick story here, Sprouse. When I was 10 years old, I was a pretty damn good baseball player. I used to be an athlete. I was playing in a league where I was with the youngest player. It was like when I was 10 to 12, I was 10. I even smacked some dingers, but I did not make the all-star team that year. Did I make the all-star team? And it hurt me. Did I cry? Yes. But I made sure from that day I would make the all-star team every year after that. Guess what? I freaking did. And it was a life lesson. God forbid we have a coach come in here with a little hardness, a little hard couth, if you will. And this guy here is getting trampled by the media right now saying, wow, this guy's just all about himself. He's a jerk. He's this, and that. No, I respect it. He came in there. He's being real, and he's going to turn this program around. He can't do it with his 1-11 Nancy's over there. Deion Sanders is the real deal. I love him.
Well, he might be able to do it with those players, but mirroring what you said, Swag Bear, it's like, it's the way he said it, I think got taken out of context a little bit. I think he's just trying to push those players that are in there and saying like, hey, I'm bringing in.
What he's doing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think it's just getting taken a different way.
How many times, Sprouse, whenever I was playing football in the O-line, would I go into the meeting room and the O-line coach would look at me and he would just in front of me move me to second string in front of me? You think I was like, I'm transferring? Oh my God.
Them damn magnets,
God.
dude.
Yeah. That's what, God forbid, we have kids trying to compete for a job. And that kind of goes into the third and atrocious award. This NIL deal is getting out of control, Jeff. It's getting ridiculous. I mean, Power 5 to Group of 5, Power 5 to Power 5, Group of 5 to Power 5. It doesn't matter. These kids are just a bunch of cowards. Most of them. 80%. The other 20%,
it's just Pandora's box is opened at this point, and there's nothing you can do about it because there's no regulation. And that's shame on, the NCAA forever being like, you cannot make any money, you can't do anything, and these are like the tightest, stipulations. To I don't know how you go from that to just, all right, here's NIL, you can do whatever you want. Essentially, there's no rules, no regulations, and now you can transfer. We're going to do this transfer portal, and you can just transfer wherever. I mean, it's free agency, is what it is. It's there's no other term for it. And at some point, and I'm usually, I'm a free market guy, but there's got to be something on here. There's got to be some type of accountability from the players, which right now there's not. And you're getting kids, and I'm not going to name any names, but you were a second or third string on your team, and you're going into the portal. And I'm all for betting on yourself. If you wanted to go for it, go for it. But you got to be smart. There was over 1,000 people on the first day that went into the portal. I mean, that is just unreal. These teams from year to year are never going to be like, you can forget the building dynasty. Like, that is over. That's done. Because you're going to have all these teams that are just jumping ship, going back and forth. So you're right. I agree with you there. It's
everybody's
for
themselves. It's a selfish industry now.
Well,
and I can't relate because I haven't been in it. I do promise you this though. I'd be too lazy. I'd be like, I ain't moving. I'm staying here. I promise you I would.
I couldn't. If I know y'all like I think I do, and y'all know me, and I don't think any of us, like, I don't think, Jesse, you could have came to me after living together for 3 years and been like, Sprouse, I'm transferring. I'd have been pissed.
There's no way I could have done that.
Here's the thing about that. And, they used to talk about before this NIL, they used to talk about the amateurism. It was to protect the players. Well, now you're seeing it because these kids, man, they got whoever, uncle, cousin, maybe it's mom or dad in their ear telling them stuff, and they don't know, and they just don't get it. And so you got these kids, like you said, Jeff, it's like, dude, where are you going to transfer to? You got no film. Your coaches are probably not going to have great things to say about you if you're transferring. I get it. Listen, I understand the guy that's the star at a team that's not good and has a chance to play at a bigger or better school or play for a championship. I don't like it. I get it. I get the guy that's, he's a receiver. He's getting, 10 snaps a game. He wants to go down a level and get 30 snaps a game. I get it. I get the quarterback that wants to transfer because the coordinator's different. It's going to be a new off. I get it. But I don't get the freshman that hasn't even had a chance to put on 20 pounds that's leaving because it's too hard for him. And that's, to go back to your Dion point, those are the guys that Dion is saying, don't let the door hit you on the way out.
Exactly.
We don't want you here.
Yeah. And my own opinion too, just from experience of playing at college football in a group of 5 school, you have a fair share of these people that aren't playing that have unrealistic goals of thinking they're going to make the NFL. So, hey, I'm not starting at this group of 5 school. I'm going to this other group of 5 school. I'm going to start there because I have dreams of making the NFL. Not saying don't have dreams. I get it, kids. Dream big. But let's be a realist here. You're getting a free education. Stop being stupid. Being stupid.
Stop being dumb because you're not going to make it out.
Going back to Jeff's other comment, because this is going to roll into my next atrocious award. We had a guy that played football at Middle Tennessee his freshman year, and then he decided he was going to go and transfer to UT. And so here he is. He goes and talks to Coach Jimmy Ray Stevens, and he says, "Coach, I'm leaving." And the coach, where are you going? And he's I'm going to Tennessee. He goes, "Tennessee? Hell, you didn't play here. You think you're going to play at Tennessee?"
Listen, if you think Dion is an asshole, you didn't meet Jimmy Ray Stevens.
100%.
Well, speaking of Ty, this piece of crap. So another atrocious award. This guy has literally ticked me off to the T. Literally, this guy is in our fantasy football group. We're gonna call him Ty. He is he has a profession where he also deals with collegiate sports. Whatever. This guy is a POS fantasy football player, POS friend right now. If you're a guy that's been in a league for the past 7 or 8 years, it's become something pretty important. And we have a ritual, a simple ritual where you have to just shotgun a beer on a Tuesday morning. That's all you have to do. That's all you have to do, guys. He refuses to do that. He refuses to do his punishment. He refuses to communicate. He's not setting his rosters. This guy is the equivalent of atrocious. I'm sick of it. He used to be, man. Now we broke up. Can't stand the guy. Ty, you are atrocious. It's atrocious. It's atrocious.
Gotta have you back, Ty. Oh, you have another one? Sorry, I thought you said 4.
Gotta have your back. What, Jeff, you going to defend Tyler on this one?
No, I said we gotta have you back. Like, gotta have him back.
Love Ty, love him to death. But my God, the pettiness has gotten to another level where I'm having to go to a freaking group of 5 guy podcast and let it be known that I'm pissed off about this. Last but not least, gentlemen, I told you it's a long, atrocious award, but this right here has to do a group of 5. Let's talk about this Heisman race. In my opinion, in my sincere opinion, Tyler, you're probably pulling up the stats right now. I think that ESPN, all these bigwigs, just put together 4 people. I think there's 2 guys in the Power 5 that are worth a look. But you mean to tell me Tyjae Spears, Curtis Rourke, these guys are not able to get looked at for a Heisman?
Frank
Sprouse
Harris.
even told me, Sprouse, I'm not going to steal it from you, what you talked about the walk-on award. It is getting ridiculous how the group of 5 is being overlooked this season by how the great players that are in this league. And it's atrocious that we can't award these players or what's the word for? You can't include these players with all these significant I'm losing my damn train of thought here. What am I trying to say here? Recognition. Sorry, these guys are not getting recognition for what they've done on the field. It's atrocious. I'm sick of it. I would love to get y'all's thoughts on the Heisman race for college football this year.
I mean, here's the deal. What the Heisman has become is the quarterback for who they think is the best team. And that's why, I mean, I feel like they threw the USC kid in there last second, like you said, Jess, and the TCU guy. Yeah, granted, the TCU guy had a great game the other day.
Hell, I like the TCU
but they lost.
guy. I like him. I don't like the other guys.
Yeah, where I'm at is the Burlsworth for the most outstanding walk-on, and they gave it to Stetson Bennett and not Carlton Marshall, which and if I'm right on this, I think all the Troy folks were saying Marshall's been nominated for it 3 years in a row, and he's not won it one time. So it's like, look, you're going to give Bennett the Heisman and the damn walk-on award and every other award. It's like, it doesn't embody what a walk-on truly is. It's like, at this point, you could have gave it to Stetson Bennett last year, maybe. But at this point, that dude's no underrated walk-on. I mean, for God's sake, he's the national champion.
Yeah. Well, and you just real quick, and then we got to move on. But you talk about a Heisman. Listen to these numbers: 3,865 yards passing, 31 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Tack on another 588 yards rushing and another 9 touchdowns rushing. How do you not even mention Frank Harris at all in this? At least an honorable mention.
Thank you. I was pretty much being Stephen A. Smith, like them boys. But yeah, start naming them boys off because there's a lot of boys out there in a group of 5 that need to be recognized.
Yeah, I mean but we know what it is. Sprouse hit it on the head.
I mean, I feel like they still think TCU's in the Mountain West, and they think they're doing a charity case for TCU. I think
they did. They were literally they were acting like they were okay. But I know that was a long and atrocious award, guys. Thank you for letting me get that off my chest, especially the fancy football award. Ty, I'm over it, buddy. I'm over it. Jeff, boys, it's atrocious. It's atrocious. It's atrocious.
That was great, though. Yeah. It might have been your best one of the year.
I think so.
It was pretty good.
Thank you. Logging off, boys.
Yeah. All right. See, that's enough of that. Yeah, man. I mean, I'm with you on all accounts there on the Deion stuff. The transfer stuff is getting out of control. I mean, if I could add one more thing, these guys are. I don't know who's making all the graphics for them, but you don't need 3 paragraphs. And we get it. You've all talked to your family. You've all prayed about it. You've all talked to your coaches about it. And now you're entering the portal, and it's a lifelong dream to go to the NFL. I get it. We all know. It's like, and then somebody that's a player said, like, why are y'all posting your offers like you're in high school again? Like, then it's like, I don't get it. The timeline of these kids, it's like, dude, it's like June of junior year, 1,000% committed to coach blah, 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 and this state university. And then 3 months later, they're on a visit. Then I'm decommitting. My recruitment's 100% open. And you got to make a big announcement for every stage in the process.
Oh, yeah.
Then you finally sign to somewhere else. Then you're there for 6 months, and then you're in the portal. And then these guys are in the portal 3-4 times now. You're in new school every year. I mean, I wish, kind of cool,
like it. I really don't like it.
A few colleges. And then they're making another announcement to declare for the draft. And some of them, weren't any better than I was. So,
where the dream goes to die, my friend.
That's right.
You'd be
pro day.
Trying to beg their way into pro day. And yeah. Hey, anyway, we can really appreciate your support so we can spread our positive message to these young players and these coaches. Go to group5guys.com, get you some merch, get you a hoodie, get you a t-shirt, some swag. We get a small cut of that, but it would help us to make more trips like the one we went to San Antonio. And if you guys, UTSA fans can vouch, we come, it's a great time. We just want to have a great time. We want to experience it just like we were, hanging out with y'all. So you guys make sure you go to group5guys.com, get some swag. We've got some good stuff on there. Should be updating some of that stuff soon there, Jeff, but
yeah,
we'll get to it.
We're switching companies, and we're going to have some more stuff. We're going to have hats on there. So we're going through that process. So just maybe a couple weeks or so, and we'll get all that updated, but every little bit helps. We appreciate it.
No question. Well, before we get into our full UTSA review, Jeff, we got a bunch of voicemails again.
We sure do.
Interested to hear some championship weekend voicemails. We only had 10 group of 5 teams playing for championships, so I'm interested to see who picked up the phone and called in.
Yeah. As always, appreciate you guys calling in. Keep them coming. We want to hear your hottest take, especially when you get into this offseason. There's going to be a lot of transfer portal action. There's going to be a lot of coaching changes. It's almost impossible to keep up with every single school. So be our eyes and ears out there and call in and let us know what's going on if we haven't touched it. Number is 615-900-4286. Leave your hottest take, hottest information that just came across your desk, and we'll be glad to talk about it, answer any questions. And, man, it's been awesome this year. It's been one of my favorite segments of the show. And I know the season's kind of winding down, but we still want to hear from you guys. So we'll get right to it. And new caller, and this is Joe, and he's the Troy Boys podcast down for Troy. So let's check him out.
Hey, fellas, it's Joe from the Troy Boys podcast. Forgive my voice. Just getting back into the loveliest valley in Alabama after celebrating the conference title game yesterday. I wouldn't expect to hear from Steeple this week. Troy did the rest of Sunbelt a favor and completed Coastal Carolina's transformation from Theon Greyjoy into Reek. Not only did we beat them,
That
take
was
the
fun.
title,
Nice
but
reference.
then today they lose their coach and pretty much probably every decent player that they had in that locker room. So, hey, rest of the conference, Sunbelt, we appreciate y'all keeping it warm from 2017 until now. But Daddy's home. We got rid of our own little Mad King situation. And Troy's back, baby. 11-2, headed down to Orlando to take care of some road runners. And we don't care. We eat birds of all kinds. Just smoke them and drop them, buddy. Hot sauce, that's all you need. TTP, Troy Boys, let's do it.
Outstanding call,
call,
Joe.
yeah.
Appreciate it.
Love the reek. Sprouse, I don't think you
Yeah,
watch Game
little-
of Thrones.
little
but
Game of
that
Thrones
right there
reference.
is a hell of a reference.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I mean, Troy looked, just
Offensively,
outstanding.
too,
I
man.
know. Gunnar Watson, man, when they needed him, he showed up and showed out. And I mean, the defense is, it's just been so good all year. But I mean, shout out to Troy, man. They took care of business, Coach Summerall and them boys.
Yeah, and I said it last week. I don't think it would affect this game at all. Maybe the score a little bit. I don't think Coastal wins this game. They had to know Chadwell was out of there.
Yeah.
The last 2 weeks, they have just looked real. And McCall, and I get it. McCall was, I mean, he toughed it out.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, even their defense just didn't look like. I think Chadwell knew he was out. I think Chadwell probably had some conversations with guys like McCall going over there to Lynchburg, but
that game pretty much summed up my betting season. When I saw that Grayson McCall was starting, I said, "Hammer down!" I was like, oh, Coastal is coming. They're back. They're back.
Oh man,
No.
I did Troy a favor by betting against them, and then they win by like 135 points. So it was. That's my bet.
And yeah, Troy is back so long as John Summerall's in that locker room, and Evan McKissick, of course. But they are back.
Congratulations to Coach Summerall getting the Sun Belt Coach of the Year. Saw that
no doubt.
video.
Much deserved.
Delicious cake.
No doubt. We just got to get Marshall to the Senior Bowl now. That's got to be the mission.
Yeah, we'll get on the socials and hit that. But appreciate it, Joe, man. Keep calling in, and I know you're running your podcast down there, so gotta support each other. We appreciate it. All right, we're gonna keep it in the Troy wheelhouse here, and boys, I had my work cut out with this this damn bleep button. This is just because these next two
Play
guys.
3 minutes of beep.
I mean, I
Don't
should
sound like
I
a
should
dead
just,
person at the hospital.
Yeah.
should just bleep the whole thing, and they had terrible service, so I was cutting in and out, but they were fired up, and as they should be. Zachary Branner.
Well, I didn't go as planned, sorry. I am pretty lit. Troy Trojans.
It clears up here.
Champions. Coastal. What happened? Them boys down in Conway, South Carolina are f***ing frauds. Holy on a cracker. Well, imagine what would have happened if they actually would have played Louisiana 2 years ago. Shout out to my boy Terry. I know we had everybody else in the conference on our side. Actually, I want to actually take the time and be very genuine here. Shout out to Steeple, PC. Your boy had one of the greatest catches this year. Scored a touchdown against us. Had a great game. He's a great ball player. You know, at the end of the day, we want these boys to end the game healthy. But shout out to him. But I respect Steeple PC. But that's where the niceness stops. Right there. Everybody else in Coastal. Everybody in Conway. Troy Trojans are the 2022 Sun Belt champions. How you like it? How you like it? How you like them apples? No one liked that. Yes, sir. I ain't gonna be annoying. I'm not gonna be annoying about it. But how you like that? 2022 Sun Belt champions. Let's go, baby. Guess who's back? Back. Back.
That's
Back
what he was
again.
trying for.
Yeah. Guess who's back? Yes, sir. Let's ride.
Appreciate it, Zachary, as always.
Congratulations.
Hey, to the victor goes the spoils, man. They've been.
I love it. Love it.
I
Just
mean,
Especially
curious,
after the turnaround they had. I mean, it's amazing. It was
absolutely.
a fantastic season.
did Steeple call in just out of curiosity?
He's a man of honor and
Good.
loyalty. Of course he did.
Good.
And we'll get to it here in a couple. But this is what it's about, man. It's like you could talk your smack, talk whatever you want, but at the end of the day, you know, he's got respect for Steeple, and I'm sure Steeple has respect for them, other than Louisiana hot sauce. But all right,
Cholula.
that was good on that.
Pretty good hot sauce.
Huevos
on that little
Rancheros.
Yeah, no doubt.
That was big time down in San Antonio. All right, another bleep session. Terry Johnson. He had 2 of them back to back. Sprouse, you appreciate this.
We're gathered here today to lay to rest the COVID Carolina Santa Frogs. They brought us some exciting offenses, you know, some fun games here and there. Fans talk way too much, but it just wasn't their time. They were beaten with a blood instrument by those Troy Trojans. With all the talk of, you know, Chadwell going to Liberty and McCall being hurt and everything, they just couldn't pull it off. How does it feel, Coastal Carolina fans, to know that in the 3 years that you had Grayson McCall, you've never won a championship? Chadwell is going to a job of your most hated rival, taking the blood money, and you will most likely fall back into obscurity in the conference. All the past reasons has been fun to listen to, but it is time. Troy, if you are not ranked in the top 25 after that performance, I will probably burn down ESPN with you. It's crazy. You need to be. UTSA needs to be ranked. Sorry, Creme Brulee. I know they're your rival, but I mean, they're a damn good team. They do. But, you know, hopefully they watch these performances and they can see that the group of 5 is damn exciting. As much as I hate the Green Wave, I mean, hey, they did deserve to get into the Cotton Bowl, beating the corrupt UCF Knights, because everybody knows that they do not deserve to be ranked as high as they did. But damn, it just feels good to know that those Coastal Carolina fans are just running around like a Chanticleer with their head cut off, and they don't know what to do because their lovely coach that they love so much is going to a lateral move to a rival, another G5. At least Billy Napier went to Florida. At least he went to, you know, a blue blood team. Your guy is going to Liberty? He's taking the blood money? Are you serious? This is amazing. Steeple, bro, I'm sorry, dog. You just had to get your ass whooped and exposed. But, hey, hopefully your boys can come back, and I don't know how many years of eligibility you have left, but hopefully he can, you know, still play some more. Hey, God bless Group of 5 guys. God bless Group of 5. Go Cajun. The Shanta Frogs. They're never going to survive this. Hope they never survive. Hope they never win another game. Grayson McCall, if he's done, hey, he's a great player. Okay, he's going to be done. Gone. Bye. Bye. All right, I got one more message for you. For all the that you fucking chickens gave us when Billy Napier took the coaching staff, everybody in the support staff, all the fucking video guy, the fucking recruits, everything's going to happen to you. He's going to take everybody on that coaching staff, like probably everybody except the defense coordinator. I know you guys hate him. He's going to take all your best players. Probably McCall's maybe they're probably going to with him, or McCall's going to go to the NFL. They're going to take Jared Brown. He's probably going to take, I don't know, I know y'all got like a good DB probably. He's probably going to take a lot of players. He's going to take all those, the best recruits you got, he's going to take them. The recruiting's going to go down. You guys better pray. You better pray you make the right hire and that can bounce you guys back. You better pray, because if you don't, I'm going to be on your motherfucking ass all year. You guys better pray you do not play the Cajuns next year. We will you up in Conway. We will you up. Get ready.
Oh man, Terry.
I was like, what's that? Is it what movie is it with Tom Cruise is like
Oh, Tropical Thunder.
and he's like,
He's
I will
talking to
you
the
up."
terrorist. Well, here's a question for you. How the tide would turn if you had Steeple's son? he transfers to Liberty.
I
Steeple
was just
PC's a
thinking that.
huge Liberty fan.
I was just thinking that we're gonna get a call in a couple
Yeah.
weeks. What's going on, guys? Steeple _ PC. Calling from Lynchburg.
Him and
Hope
our
to
boy
see you
Zach
in
are going to get
Lynchburg.
together.
I'm on these Yingling flights.
I do got something to rebuttal Terry real quick. Lateral move? I don't like that take. I don't like that take one bit. Because what are we always talking about on this show? When coaches, they get poached by, a Georgia or an Auburn or these big schools. I'm perfectly okay. I mean, I feel bad for Coastal, but I'm okay with him going to Liberty. Honestly, you have more probably resources at Liberty. You're going into Conference USA where you're going to, I mean, if they can keep the same type of, path that they've been going on the last few years, they're going to be one of the top teams in Conference USA. Whereas, I mean, say what you want. You could say it's
playoff expansion too.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
got a slim chance.
Exactly. So
I like that take.
You can say that it's a lateral move or it's the easy way out, whatever. But I mean, if I'm Chadwell, I'm looking at better resources, probably better facilities. They got probably a better support on a regular basis for their games. Going into Conference USA and be a top team, I have a better chance of running the table, be undefeated to make the playoff. Like I don't get it. I mean, like, it's a plus move for him.
I don't know this for a fact. I'm willing to bet.
And more money.
He turned down the Georgia Tech job for it. I mean, I think he chose Liberty over Georgia Tech.
I don't know who would want to go to Georgia Tech.
Well, no, I'm saying that's your
yeah.
Well, Georgia Tech
outer
ended up
five.
hiring a guy that was already there. They hired their interim guy.
And everybody was like, I'm good.
Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I'm interested to see who goes with him to Liberty. Just when you thought Liberty might fall off.
Well, has Coastal hired anybody yet?
Yeah, Tim
Sorry,
Beck.
Who?
Hold on. He's came from they hired somebody quick. He was like NC State's coordinator,
offensive coordinator, I think.
Yeah, and then he's been at some other places, but I don't think he was even coaching. I'm trying to look him up real fast. Yeah. He was NC State's OC, so
yeah,
never know.
Yeah, we'll see. I think they'll
I
think they'll be all right. So, anyways, appreciate it, Terry. All right, well, let's let the man rebuttal. Let's let him, boy, Steeple PC.
Hey, group of five guys. How you doing? It's Steeple _PC_51. Well, where do I start? Well, I guess I'll start like you guys usually do, with an atrocious. What was an atrocious is Coastal defense giving up almost 92 points in the last two games. Well, it is what it is. Not going to complain too much about it. We couldn't stop a goose. But I digress. Want to congratulate Troy. I think they had an amazing season. Actually, without the Hail Mary, they would have been close to 12-1. They had an all-time leading tackler in NCAA history, the Marshall kid, and he was fourth leading tackler in the nation this year. Hats off to that cat. Should have been serious consideration for Sun Belt Player of the Year. Those are some major accomplishments. Well, let's get on to Coastal. Still got a bowl game to try to get a 10-win victory coming up against East Carolina. That's what it looks like in Birmingham, Alabama. Looking forward to that. And want to say congratulations to the guy that always called from Liberty. You got Chadwell coming your way, 7 years. Hope he's been as productive there as he has been for Coastal. But on the bright side, we got an offensive coordinator, Tim Beck, coming from North Carolina State. Offensive-minded guru, loves the pass. Still up in the air, but looking forward to seeing that offense. Spreading them out, throwing it all over the field. And it's obviously going to cause some more problems in the Sun Belt. Sun Belt's going to look very good next year, guys. It's going to look very good. To all the guys we've been going back at it all season long. Really enjoyed it. Good luck to y'all teams in the bowl game. And Group of Five guys, this has been a wonderful forum. Still looking forward to meeting you guys and sharing some flights and some Hennessy and Jack Daniels.
Amen.
In
All the
Lynchburg,
good stuff.
Virginia.
All right, man. Like my man Terry used to say, God bless God, Group of Five guys. Hey, give me a call after the bowl game.
Man, appreciate it, Steeple.
I want to tear up. I feel like he's
I
saying
know, that
goodbye
was so
to us.
sad.
I was like, good
We're
Lord.
still going to be here, Steeple.
Is his son graduating? Can someone look that up? Was he not? Can he call in next year? I mean, I know he could anyway if his son
I
don't
don't
play.
think he's
but, like,
graduating. I want to see.
all right. Golly, I just feel like
We had around,
I mean,
you know,
he
we
did
had
get beat
around
like
the
a puppy
Yingling
dog.
flights.
We
for,
did.
for
We had-
people in
in his honor. Yeah,
at UTSA.
Antonio.
There was honestly there was only 3 left in the fridge, and
I
we
should
we
have got a
all
video
three.
of that.
We got pictures. Of it.
He's a redshirt senior.
No.
Yeah, but is he?
I don't know how that.
Does he have a COVID year?
That's the thing. I don't know. I don't know how that works.
Super redshirt senior.
I don't know.
He's going to be in Birmingham. I'm going to be in New Jersey.
When is that game?
27th. I just looked it up. When I saw Birmingham, I was like, oh, my goodness.
Ooh, what time does it start? Is it a late game?
Hey, look at that. Usually that's a day game.
5:45
Never mind.
in the evening.
Is that? I guess it's. Is it
brain
Legion?
is-
I mean, I'm over here thinking. I wonder if that's
probably-
the new
Hopefully,
stadium
it's
or
at the
Legion.
new one. Hopefully, it's at the new one
I bet it is.
You'd
They
think.
got to pay for it.
because they got that set up perfect. That's actually a really good bowl site. With
It
the
used to
hotels
be.
right there.
I honestly, when I hear Birmingham Bowl from when I used to live in Birmingham, I'm like, God, I'd hate to go to that bowl. But now Birmingham has gotten a little better. It's really nice.
The
you
new
imagine-
stadium's protective stadium, right?
Yeah, that's UAB.
That's where they're playing at.
Yep.
Very
yeah, they got
protected. They
nice
got SWAT
hotels
teams
right
surrounding
there.
it.
They got
Yeah. A couple restaurants, bars around there.
my wheels are turning, boys. I'm fairly certain. Earlier in the day, there's another bowl game in a little town called Montgomery, Alabama. My wheels are just turning. I'm just thinking of logistics. That's all.
I should be out on the West Coast. I think during
We'll
that.
We'll talk after. I'll
I'll
see
be
what
in
I
the
can convince
Northeast
my
during the
wife to let me do.
Hopefully hitting a San Jose State tour. That's the plan.
There you
But-
go.
All right, Steve. As always, man, we appreciate you, man, and appreciate you
Cheers to
calling in every
Staple
week.
being a hell of a caller for us.
Absolutely.
I look forward to his voicemail every day, every week.
It's awesome. And he's a man. He's a man of honor. He calls in whether they win or lose. And honestly, you made a good point. They might have fell apart towards the end, but if they end up in a 10-win season, that's a hell of a year. So whether you like Coastal or not, I mean, they won plenty of games. So now we'll get to the new home of Coach Chadwell, Zach, the Liberty fan.
What's up, guys? Zach Green here at GG Go Flames. Man, I was thinking about all week with this Chadwell stuff going on. I was planning the whole time to come in, taking the low road, coming after the Chanticleers. But you know what? I'm going to take the high road, man. What a great weekend it is to be a Liberty Flames fan. Got our number one guy. There is no other guy that within reason that we could have gotten that would have been better than him, short of getting Kirby Smart or Dabo or Saban, which are obviously never going to happen. We got the best guy I could think of to get. He fits really well with our mission as a Christian and at a Christian university. You can tell that who knows how long he's going to be here, but you can tell that he wants to be here now. I'm sure the money's a part of it, but I don't think that's it. I think that's only it. I think he wants to be a part just of what we're doing, and I think he likes the fact that it's a Christian university based on what I heard in his press conference. But really glad to have him for as long as he stays. I really don't feel like we downgraded in coach at all, which is a great feeling to have at this Group of Five level, that you don't always reload with the coach that you want. So what a blessing it is to have him. What a great day it is in Flames Nation at Liberty. Really weird seeing Chadwell put on that red. He's probably not going to hate Coastal as much as a lot of Liberty fans do, which is totally understandable. But glad to welcome him aboard. And, you know, it's fun to dunk on the Chanticleers a little bit, but I kind of feel bad for him. Like, that's rough losing your coach. We felt it last week. You guys are feeling it this week. So my heart goes out to you. I hope you guys can rebound in that Sunbelt East. I'll let some of the other folks online do all the trash talking because I've seen plenty of it already. Y'all are getting enough. So
Terry Johnson.
Anyways, enjoy it. Congrats to Troy on the conference championship. Congrats to UTSA. Congrats to Tulane. I've got some thoughts on that. Getting some Troy folks getting a little bit too excited about things. And I'll probably give another call either this week or next time about some statistics about who's actually the best Group of 5 team this year. But really good team they got at Troy. Congrats to UTSA. Great weekend of football. Great day to be a Liberty Flame. Great day to be a Group of 5 fan. Thank y'all so much. Y'all have a great day.
All right. Now, normally, you know, we've been saying we're not going to play 2 calls, but he left another call about Troy, and I thought it's too good not to play. I got to play it.
What's up, guys? This is Zach at GG Go Flames again here. Not calling about Liberty this time. This time I want to call about who the best team in the Group of 5 is based on the poll that you put out about who should actually get the Group of 5 New Year's 6 bid, even though we know it's going to be Tulane. And a lot of people, the majority of people voted for Troy, or at least they've got more votes than anyone else. And I think that's a little bit crazy because if you look at the numbers, it's just a lie. Troy is not the best team in the Group of 5. Tulane is. Now, I'm really happy with the way Troy did this season. I'm not here to come after them. But let's look at some numbers, okay? I'm using ESPN's Football Power Index. I know that's not super popular, but let's get into it, okay? It's metrics. Strength of schedule. Tulane 70, Troy 94. Football Power Index. Tulane 30. Troy 65. Strength of record, Tulane 22, Troy 35. Efficiency, Tulane 20, Troy 57. And you might say, well, of course that's going to bias Tulane. They're in the AAC and they play future Power Fives, Cincy and UCF who are getting biased in their favor because of the Big 12 next year. Then explain to me why all of those numbers also favor UTSA over Troy. Every single one of those numbers I just told you, UTSA has better numbers than Troy. And thankfully, we're going to get to settle this UTSA versus Troy thing in a few weeks in the bowl game. But right now, we're not going to get to settle the Tulane versus Troy thing. And we don't need to because the numbers support Tulane all day long. So you've got the metrics there that are in Tulane's favor. And you also have better wins that are in Tulane's favor. Tulane's wins are number 34 FPI Cincinnati, number 28 FPI UCF. Now, I know people are going to say, yes, they get the AAC bias, but those teams have proven that they are 2 of the best programs in the Group of 5, okay? And they've earned it. They've proven it, and they were good again this year. And then you got the win against Kansas State at number 11 FPI, the Big 12 champions. You cannot argue with that with your Western Kentucky, South Alabama, and Coastal wins, okay? There's not a single win that Troy has that has a better FPI than any of Tulane wins. Now, what people want to look at is that loss against Southern Miss that Tulane had that Troy did not have. And that is very unfortunate for Tulane's resume, and that is definitely a big chink in their armor. But if that is the only thing you're looking at, you're overlooking the vast majority of evidence that points that Tulane is the better program. Okay? So that's my case. Tulane is the best team in the Group of 5. Roll wave, baby.
I mean,
I agree with that.
Can't-
I mean,
can't
there's
argue
no
that.
way. Tulane is better than Troy. I'm sorry, but I will. But the UTSA one, that'd be a good debate. But I would definitely.
either way, it's going to be, I mean, whether it's UTSA and Troy, I know that's what we're going to get, but hell, if it was a Tulane Troy matchup, you're talking about a hell of a matchup.
Give me my cake and eat it too, because I am happy to see UTSA and Troy play. But the little guy here sitting on my shoulder is still kind of pissed off because I feel like ESPN was like, we can't put these guys against a top 25 Power 5 team because that's just going to ruin everything. They didn't want those guys. They didn't want Frank Harris throwing that ball on them boys. No,
they
didn't want that.
They really
didn't want
did.
Troy's defense stopping that SEC run. They didn't want that. And so they're going like, let's these guys beat the shit out of each other, and we'll let USC and Tulane play, which will be a good game as well.
It's going to be a great game. I'm 100% with you because both of them, again, not that those are both not two really good programs and really good teams, but they both deserve a shot to play one of the brand name schools. It's what they
to help their recruiting. To help your recruiting.
Yeah, that's exactly right. They did this exact same thing circa 2009. Boise State and TCU were both in the top 5 of the BCS, and they put them against each other in like the Fiesta Bowl when they were both hoping to get a shot at whoever it was at the time, Oklahoma, Ohio State, somebody like that. And they put them against each other, and for all the people that come out and say like after UCF beats Auburn or whoever they beat Florida or whatever last year, for all those SEC and Power 5 fans that come out and they say, well, the players, they were disappointed in the bowl game, and that's why they didn't. That's why they lost. They overlooked them. Talk about you could be a little disappointed. Troy's probably hoping they get to play some Power 5 team that everybody thinks is world beaters, and they don't. And it's a good game, but man, give them a chance on the biggest possible stage. They deserve it. The Group of 5 deserves more than one freaking New Year's Bowl.
Well, here's the deal, Sprouse. You get into this 12-team playoff.
That's right.
I think we'd have Tulane, Troy, and UTSA.
No, they wouldn't.
They wouldn't. I don't like what they're doing with this.
No, I'm saying they would deserve. They would deserve to be in it.
Oh, 100% they would.
And you're telling me that those 3 teams would lose in the first round? There's not a chance.
Here's the thing. Sorry, Jess. You got proof of it because Tulane already beat your Big 12 champion.
Yep.
There's only 2 out of 10 conference champions are playing in the playoff. Power 5 or not, and that's BS, dude.
Yep.
I am willing to bet anything on this, and it's just going to piss us off next year. It's going or 2024. They're going to have a 12 team playoff, but they're going to do everything in their power. There's going to be one Group of 5 team in that 12 team, even though you have 2 or 3 that could be in there. And then going back to that Group of 5 against Power 5, it's absolute BS on what they're doing to these programs because that's going to help improve recruiting. And it's just like Big Brother is doing everything they can to maintain this bubble that is trying to grow and grow. And so they're going to say UTSA and Troy play each other. That was going to be one of my atrocious awards to make it 5, Jeff. Make it 5. It's atrocious. It's atrocious. It's atrocious.
An extra atrocious in there for you. All right, well, we got 2 voicemails left. Let's get to them. They're both pretty quick. Second time calling, Lewis, the UTSA fan that called last week.
What's up, fellas? This is Lewis calling as a champion now. How about them Roadrunners, baby? San Antonio showing up for the new repeating Conference USA champions. How about them Roadrunners, baby? Well, fellas, I hope you guys enjoyed your stay in San Antonio, and I hope you guys, continue to party and have fun post championship victory. Can't wait to get to the American. We're going for 3. Bring it home, baby.
Well, there's no question that yes, we did continue to party after that championship game, and yes, you are a champion, Lewis.
Sounds like Lewis went somewhere else to party, huh?
Oh man, that's just
go UTSA, awesome. Man.
And he's right. San Antonio showed out. I mean, the city of San Antonio absolutely showed out. That place was jumping.
God, how many people were at that game? Sorry to cut you off, Jeff.
40. They had
41, 42 something thousand.
40. I think it was 42.
It was just south of 42. Yeah.
Is that a record? I mean, I wouldn't know. Was that one of the biggest games they've ever had, or is that they've had?
I mean, they opened the upper deck of the Alamo Dome, and it was. I mean, it was pretty full up there too. So I don't know.
Was there a lot of green? Did North Texas show out? Or was it
honestly no?
No, I was a little disappointed.
I was too. I thought there would have been more North.
There was
Texas
like one section or like half a section right next to the band. Yeah,
I saw the green in y'all's video. Maybe that's the only part of it.
Yeah, it was just that corner.
Yeah.
Yeah. So appreciate it, Lewis. And we'll finish it off. I think I just saved this one because he was a later caller later in the week, and apparently just came out of a coma.
Hey, fellers. Sorry
Yes.
for calling so late. I just woke up from a deep medically induced coma. Shortly before the Georgia Southern game, I told the doctors to drop me in a coma, a deep snooze, shove me in the freezer wherever they shove Lee Corso in the off season, and wake me up when Appalachian State wins the championship again. Well, goddamn it, Troy won the conference championship, and since we're the only team that beat Troy in the conference, I think that counts. They fired me up in the air fryer. I'm here, fellas. I'm here to rebel. I'm here with all the other Sunbelt fans, and I look coastal. If every single fan base is pulling against you, I think we know who the asshole in the room is. And it ain't us. Well, it is us, but it's more you in this situation. Anyway, fellas, Coastal, I'm sure y'all had such a bad week with this Chadwell Liberty mumbo jumbo. I can imagine, I'm going to make an analogy here. It's kind of like you're sitting there in the corner and you're just watching some dude just giving it to your wife. You know, your wife is Chadwell in this situation. Liberty is that dude, and you're Jerry Falwell Jr. in this situation. That actually fits appropriately. Liberty, I hope you enjoy your new man, the $4 million man. Coastal, I hope you enjoy Tim Beck, discount Glenn Beck. I don't know anything about it. He might be good. Y'all won't be, but that's for the future. For the future, gentlemen. I hope you enjoy San Antonio. Charles Barkley had a lot of good things to say about San Antonio, about their women, about the churros. Great town. Got to get there sometime on the Riviera, fellas. That's a big fancy word for river. Anyways, I'll talk to y'all later. Enjoy the show. Go Sunbelt. Go Appalachian State football.
Two things.
Oh,
quick.
my gosh.
One, do you want me to clip – Jeff, you want to clip that, put that on the TikTok? And two, if we
course.
get that guy as a guest in the offseason,
100%.
Yes, and yes.
we got to get him on here.
Oh, my gosh. Absolutely
so many
incredible.
great references in that call right there.
Too many. Oh,
When I go back
man.
and listen to this podcast, I'm probably listen to that 4 or 5 times.
App State Fanatic, man. We missed you last week. Appreciate you calling back in.
Yeah,
I mean, that's just
Where they put
dropping
Lee
heaters,
Corso in
man.
the offseason. Or they freeze him in the offseason.
Oh, let me tell you, San Antonio. Yep, Charles Barkley. It was pretty accurate, except for one place.
Yeah, Barkley had some points. Barkley ain't never been to the Moon's Daughters, though.
He
I
has
can
not
tell you that
been to the
much.
Moon's Daughter. But
Anyways,
that's it for the voicemails. Appreciate you guys calling in. Keep them coming, and we're going into bowl season in the off season. Keep us updated. We want to know what's going on. We want to hear from you guys still, so appreciate it.
Let's do I'm going to put on here. We need to do a group of 5 guy bowl pick 'em. Us 4. Keep up who has the best record.
We will. We got a whole bowl show next episode.
Next show will be a bowl preview show.
Oh, okay, good. Good to hear.
Hey, Jeff, do you I can't believe dude, the Falwell reference, fantastic.
I
The
mean, so
Barkley
many.
reference, oh man, that's unbelievable. That guy's on top of his stuff. What do you call him, a discount Glenn Beck?
Oh, come with the
Fantastic
fire.
call.
Come with the
Oh,
fire. But yeah, we got to get to one of our sponsors here.
Yeah, no question.
One of our great partners, Southern Roots Radio. You can find them at southernrootsradio.com, at Southern Roots Radio on the social media, and they're an online radio, and they just got some fantastic music. I always learn about new artists, new music that I've never heard before if you're into the Americana country style genre. And they're connecting the storytelling and twang from Classic Music Row, the grit and blues from Beale Street, and the rhythm and soul coming out of the Singing River and Muscle Shoals. So go check them out. They play our show Wednesdays, 5 p.m. Central Time, and Saturday mornings, 8 a.m. Central Time.
UTSA, boys. San Antonio, Texas.
Can you hear me okay from right here?
Yes, we can.
Yes, sir.
I'll just make sure so whenever I have my questions, y'all be able to hear what I say. Get excited to hear this part.
Yes, sir.
I definitely interrupted you. Apologize.
No problem. No problem at all. So, where should we start? I'll give you guys a little tip for life here. If you're a little bit borderline, you don't like flying, don't watch Top Gun on the plane because there's a lot of plane crashes in Top Gun. And if you're,
Did you watch the new one? Did you watch the new one? The Maverick?
Good flick. Good flick.
I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, it's a good flick, but I would not recommend watching it on a plane if you are a little bit worried about that kind of thing. But, yeah, I mean, smooth flights for all 3 of us there and back. I got there a few hours before these guys. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. We won't say a whole lot about this, but we had some poor recommendations from the bartender at the Hotel Indigo. A little disappointed in you. I gave you a koozie, so you're probably watching by now. and you need to do a little more research, pal, because that was not what we were looking for. Then San Antonio, I walked the whole river. I had a debacle where I lost my driver's license, so I couldn't really explore too much before these guys got here. But I was able to get some beers, get some waters for the fridge, get ready to go. Got offered a really good Black Friday deal on some heroin while I was at the gas station.
Black Friday deal, huh?
Oh, dude,
what are they selling for a kilo?
No, she's like, I got these needles for like $3-4. I said, oh my God, I thought Black Friday was last weekend, but here we are. Welcome to San Antonio. No, so I wandered. I like to explore, so I wandered a little bit far from the,
you went too far.
Riverwalk area, and I went into that community there. Then these guys got here, and then we took up our bartender's recommendation on some watering holes, which I'm not going to lie, we were a little disappointed. Well, what was the name of the one place, the little outdoor patio place that we went first? That was a good place. That was a good spot.
That was
Elsewhere.
Elsewhere.
That was a good spot. Now, granted, Thursday night it was Thursday night. We had some poor weather. It was a little cold. It was a little bit rainy. And then,
I think you could say it, Sprouse, and Murph. You can cut this all out. I'm just saying you went to a couple gay bars.
Well,
just say it.
Yeah. Well, listen, and there's nothing wrong with it. We just, we're looking for more.
You weren't expecting a gay bar. You walked in there.
We were looking for more. Like, we're old guys. We're old married guys. I'm looking to go sit at a table or sit at the bar, and these were like, this was like the district, and they were playing like dance music and stuff. So at first, we're at the door. We're like, oh, okay, this is a little nightclub. and then, the bouncer got a little handsy. The bouncer got a little handsy with old good-looking Jeff there. And then, we just realized that wasn't the kind of spot we were looking for. So
rumor
we
is, I
hopped
wouldn't
back on our scooters and went back.
Rumor is, but they make the best drinks at those bars. So you probably
we had a cocktail there.
Drink, yeah, we weren't like, oh my God, we gotta go. We were like, let's get a drink and then we'll check out something else.
I've been there,
but
I'm called a bear. they refer to as bears.
Yeah, we know.
I'm saying.
Usually they're more like swole though. You're fat.
I'm getting there.
As he's drinking a Miller Lite.
Yeah. No, so and where we stayed, we were staying at the Hotel Indigo, which is probably a little less than a mile away from the main downtown Riverwalk area of San Antonio. So then we went out, we found a little Irish pub, got some drinks. Then Friday morning, our tables turned quick. We went and got breakfast. Don't know what the name of the place was.
Q Kitchen, I believe.
It was some other hotel, but had a little diner or breakfast place attached. What do we have, Tip? What was
Huevos Rancheros.
With a little Cholula, nice coffee. Got us fired up. Got us some fresh air. Then Pinkerton's Barbecue, guys.
This is where I want my question. I'm most intrigued.
Let me tell you something. I'm not exaggerating this at all. I've eaten a lot. I live in the South. I eat barbecue a lot. This barbecue at Pinkerton's, hands down, not even a question, best I've ever had. I mean, and didn't need to put one single drop of sauce on it. That good. Whole beef rib, brisket, chopped brisket sandwich.
I don't think I've ever had a beef rib. I don't think I have.
You would know. You would know if you did, because the thing is.
No. I know. I know what they are. I'm saying, but I just don't remember ever having one.
Yeah.
And that was the one thing on that tray that I was like, I want that.
No, dude, listen. You pick up the bone. So first of all, I ordered a lot because I wanted to try everything. Yeah, I spent a pretty penny in there, but. Do you pick up the bone and the whole thing? It wasn't like a couple little pieces fell off. The bone just slips right out of it. And then, I mean, you eat it. I mean, I was just eating it with my fingers.
Incredible bark on the outside. It was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Did y'all all three get the beef rib by chance? Or was it kind of like
me and Sprouse did? Tip, did you get one?
I didn't know. I just got the brisket sandwich.
And then I got so on the plate, if you saw the picture, it looked like just rice. It was smoked duck jambalaya. And
it was so good.
It was bomb too. I mean, shout out to Vince. Shout out to Kayla. Kayla's the GM, Vince the pit boss back there, pit master, gave us a little tour of the smokers. I mean, I don't want to tell you their recipe secrets, but a little salt, little pepper. Smoke it, 16 hours in there?
Yeah. You got a brisket sandwich tip?
Little bit of oak, a little bit of mesquite
yeah.
on the back end. Just phenomenal.
Yeah,
How was the brisket?
Oh, it was phenomenal. I think we all three got the brisket
We all got
sandwich,
brisket.
but yeah, we all kind of just like tried like, each other's stuff. And that's the second time me and Murph have been there. And man, it was even better than the first time, I swear. And I got the
went there this summer.
Yeah. Yeah. We went there this summer. But I didn't get the banana pudding the first time. I got it this time, and it was
bomb, dude.
So good.
It's like banana. What was it?
Bananas Foster. Yeah, it was Bananas Foster pudding. Yeah, I mean, listen. First of all, and we got so lucky because we got there like right at 12.
Yeah,
and there's a little line, but not much. And then the minute we walked in there, that line wrapped around. There's like a little park courtyard area, and that line started wrapping around that whole place.
So this place is very popular.
Oh yeah,
yeah. It's got to be the number one. I
mean,
it
was
highly
downtown.
recommended.
It's like hard downtown.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. What's it called again?
Pinkerton's Barbecue. And shout out Vince, man. He's a big Roadrunner fan too. So he was giving us, which tailgates to go to, and this is what you got to do. And
we saw him at the tailgate too.
Yeah,
when we got out there.
100%.
So that guy's back there smoking brisket, smoking ribs. Got everything, pork, beef, brisket, everything. And then he's out there tailgating right after work. That guy's a big-time fan, man.
He's a Group of 5 guy.
Ain't no doubt about that. But so I'm trying to think what we even – we tried to finish. We did have a to-go box. I will proudly admit that, which was really good about 3:30 a.m., by the way. We went back to the hotel, put our stuff in, and then we had an Uber. Mark took us over there to the tailgate. And, tailgate-wise, dude, Uber driver.
Oh, gotcha.
We met a lot of Mark, Henry. We had a lot of good couple Uber drivers, but them damn scooters are that's pretty fun. But, so tailgate-wise, right, we talk about this a lot. Jeff and I had been used to some of the more, like, metro city area tailgates. It's like a pro tailgate. So just two big-ass parking lots. And trucks and tents just pulled up right next to each other, set up like that. So, we ran into a bunch of people. The Bird Gang tailgate, that's your staple, I think, of UTSA. And I don't know, too many people to shout out. Taco Joe, is that his name?
Yeah, Taco Joe.
Yeah.
Taco Joe's like the ringleader, and then Farrah is like she's like the tailgate mom. Like, we just walked up, and she is like, got food, drinks for everybody, like holding it down. Awesome host. So we ripped the shotgun with those folks. They had the blue and orange Jello shots. They had the orange.
And then Beep Beep Nation was over there too, right? Weren't they?
Yeah, I think that was over there. Yeah, so in that kind of tailgate, it's all kind of connected, and they all tailgate together. But they had their little Roadrunner punch that they had, or Jungle Juice, or whatever they were calling it. I mean, they get down, they get after it. And also shout out to them too, because they got that tailgate cleaned up and were inside that stadium like an hour before kickoff.
Yeah.
And they got out there at like noon to start tailgating. So
and Swag Bear, I apologize, but we found a new fourth for our golf scrambles. We met David there at the tailgate. He's a golfer at UTSA. So yeah, so he is. He's taking your spot, Swag Bear.
I don't think I realized I've been golfing like almost every weekend, but yeah, pretty good.
That's why I couldn't go to San Antonio.
Guilty.
I got a lot going on playing golf. No, but yeah, we met. He's a pretty good golfer. What do you say? He hits a 300 off the tee.
Yeah.
Nice straight line. And then that was in the one parking lot, and then you kind of go across to the other parking lot. I don't know, too many people. I remember the Fiji.
Yeah, Fiji.
The Greeks.
Frat.
So we got after that. Frank Harris's mom's out there tailgating over on that parking lot. I don't know, dude. What was the other tailgate over there? I can't remember all the names of the tailgates, but like too many people to shout out, dude. And every single person. I mean, we
met Eric, and they were former baseball players.
Yeah, that's right.
At UTSA, and they do the, they got the NIL deal with the hats. Ray, isn't it? Tip.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Ray. Yeah, Meet
Ray
Apparel.
Redding. Yeah, Meet Apparel.
Yeah, so if
Those
you're a
guys are tight.
UTSA fan and you're looking to get some like these hats that Shirt Tips got on, they had a bunch of other cool stuff. Meet Me Apparel. I know he's on Twitter. I don't know if he's got a website or whatever, and then he's got a little NIL deal. So DM him. He'll give you the code to whichever player you're wanting to support. He's got everybody on there. I think we went Cephas, Harris, and
yeah, we all picked somebody
Franklin
different.
probably. But shout out to him, dude. They got some cool stuff, and they let us, hang out and get some food and drinks in their box as well. So
and they committed to having a couple teams in the Group of
they
Five
did
guys
too.
golf
Yeah, they
tournament
want
next year.
Yeah, we got to make this thing happen. They gave us a strong verbal, which hey, in today's day and age, they'll probably transfer anyway, playing somebody else's tournament. But no, not those guys. A couple stand up guys right there. But yeah, shout out to them. I mean, they had a tailgate out there too, set up, hooked us up. Who am I missing here? The Swag Bear, the cat.
Well,
the Swag
we
Bear.
gotta give a
Megan.
shout out to Jacob and Megan. Yeah,
Yeah.
they came up and talked to us when we were waiting in line, waiting for the team to come down and walk to the.
I don't know if they call it the Roadrunner
stadium.
Walk or whatever,
Yeah.
but yeah, they came up and let me just say, Megan she's sharp. She was like, I listen to you guys because we're going to the American Conference next year. I'm obviously a huge fan of the Roadrunners, but like I want to know what's going on, in the Group of Five landscape, who the teams are going to be playing, all that, and they were just so nice and so awesome, and we just appreciate you guys so much. And she even renamed her cat the Swag Bear.
Yeah,
I mean that's an honor, Jesse.
Renamed the cat.
Yeah,
They had to go to the courthouse and everything. Get it officially.
Yeah, I had to put in a
redone.
lot of work to do that. Yeah.
And I tell you, my wife has never been more proud when I told her that a pussycat has been named after me. So I'm quite excited about that. Quite excited. And I'm sure that's probably the best damn cat there is. I'm not even a cat guy, but I'll be a cat for that guy. Yeah.
He goes. Well, he's like one lasagna away from being Garfield.
Word.
He was like a little lasagna.
I had two
right,
bowls of
Swaggy?
Indian food tonight. I decided the third bowl. I was 3 bowls away from being, an XXXL. So I decided to go away from it.
Yeah, but shout out to them. I know there's just too many people we met. I can't remember the names. The young lady that runs the UTSA, the main school social media account, she was fantastic. Hopefully we gave them some swag, I think. Met a couple
How the
other
hell was the game? Sorry. What was
listen.
the game like? I want to know, what was the atmosphere like? 'Cause that place looked crowded, right? Was it loud?
Yeah. Dude, yes. So obviously it's a dome, so 41,000. I mean, it sounds like you're at the biggest like freaking Lambeau Field or something.
I can see y'all are probably in there like North Texas has no shot. Y'all are probably it's
Well, what's funny is they had North Texas had the ball on like their own goal line, and I'm thinking here comes the safety, but nope. They broke the first run for like 80 yards off their own goal line, but
That was the second run, wasn't it? Because the first one was a safety, but there was a flag or something. Wasn't that right?
Maybe.
False start?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to say this too. So everybody's doing these light shows now, like pregame and after scores. It looks so much better in a dome. Theirs was actually legit. Everybody with the cell phone lights out. I mean,
That's when I knew
time.
personally that North Texas had no shot because they came out. North Texas came out first, and as soon as that whole team got to the sideline, the lights go out, and the light show started.
cell
It was
phone lights come
amazing,
on.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gave me chills. It was awesome.
No
Well,
question.
they just do it right, and it's a spectacle, and that's the biggest difference that I picked up was like you could not really be a huge like football fan, but you're gonna go to that stadium and have a fantastic time from the tailgate to the game to the atmosphere, like all of it. And I know winning helps, and they've been they won the conference last year, they won it again this year, so that always helps your attendance, always helps the atmosphere. But I mean, everybody top to bottom, from the audio video guys, on down to the coaches. I mean, Trailer's done a hell of a job there, and it just the whole school, man, the whole organization is just they're about it, they're invested in it, and it shows in every aspect, from like I said, the atmosphere to the on-field performance.
Yeah, they get it for sure, and especially you got to give it that spectacle when you are in I would consider San Antonio a major market. And I would consider anything that's got a professional sports team, that's got stuff going on, that's got the river, they got all the tourist stuff there, is a major market. You're just competing with a bunch of other stuff. So, but yeah, dude, unbelievable environment. And then, really, as far as on the field goes, after the first 2 or 3 drives, UTSA had it pretty much in control. Now, North Texas kept it close for a while, but
you just can't stop that offense, man.
Yeah,
there's just
dude.
too many weapons. And, they were missing one of their top guys, too, on the outside. But Cephas, he rolled his ankle on the first drive. Never came out of the game. Came out for a couple plays. But, had a great game. And then
We had like 12
Franklin,
catches.
Yeah.
Finished with 11 catches, 84 yards.
Yep. And then Zachary Franklin, man, he had, 10 catches, 144 yards, and 3 touchdowns. And let me tell you, a guy, I hope he does not transfer. I hope he stays. Kavorian Barnes, 28 carries, 175 yards, only had 1 tug in the beginning of the game. But that guy's special. That guy's a stud. He's a rare combination of, solid size and speed.
Yeah. He's a freshman, isn't he?
Yeah.
I think he's a freshman. Yeah. So.
And we were talking to a couple at the tailgate. I can't remember their names either. Tip, maybe you got it written down, but she was talking about him. She's like, I know.
Her favorite player.
Yeah, she said it was her favorite player, and man, I could see why.
I can't say enough about it, man. And here's another thing: the Alamodome. See, I give my perception before we showed up there was that the Alamodome was like an old, beat up, used to be used, and now they let UTSA use it because they don't use it for anything else. It's nice, actually, and it looks pretty cool from the outside. It's pretty damn nice on the inside. Loud. The lights are good. The sound is good. The video's good.
Beer's cold.
And dude, they did great on the concessions too. Except for that one guy, he looked like he was gonna pass out. But
anyways,
you didn't wait in line. You didn't wait in line very long. Everything. I don't have complaints about it. As far as the crowd noise and everything goes, I think it's the best one we've been to.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah. Just into it the whole game on defense, into it on the scores, the student section right there in the end zone. Love that. But can't complain. It's a little hard to get out of there. That'll be my complaint. And thank God there was 3 bird scooters parked right out front for us. we rode about 2 miles to
Moon's Daughter.
To the Moon's Daughter rooftop bar, 20th floor on top of the Thompson Hotel San Antonio. That place is fantastic. That's a if you're 30 years old or more, maybe you got some money on you. you got views of the whole city. You got views at every angle, sitting, standing. You got, at least on this particular night, they had good music playing.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy. They weren't playing the club music, but just kind of, a little bit of hip hop, a little bit of Latin music, really good drinks. Good bartenders, great service. That place, that's my kind of spot now. But then, we got off the roof about 2:30 a.m. The Uber was there waiting for me about 3:30 a.m. And that is another thing you don't want to do, is fly when your stomach might be a little queasy. So but we all made it back safe and sound. Great time in San Antonio.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Appreciate everybody that helped and made it what it was, because the fan base, the people we met, everybody, top to bottom. Can't say enough about you.
Yeah, no question. Congrats to UTSA on the conference championship. You deserve to be. They are in the top 25. They deserve that. Wish they would have got a shot at, Texas again, or I don't know, Texas Tech, somebody like that. But it is what it is. And then just real quick, just to mention them, Toledo, they got it done in the MAC. Troy, we talked about a bunch earlier. Tulane, UCF tried to make a little run at the end, but Tulane gave them a nice little whooping. And then Fresno State, Boise State was kind of a slower game, but Fresno State got that one done. I do think it's funny, though, that every time we put out a poll, it's the Boise State folks, the UCF folks, the Cincinnati folks, always got something to say. Well, they all took the L this weekend, so congratulations to you.
And just real quick, Sprouse. I mean, I think the biggest, game I think of the weekend. I mean, all of them were big. Don't get me wrong, but a lot of people had questions if Tulane was for real, and I think they answered every question. And I'm gonna pull a Grisham move here. I said Michael Pratt has got to show up and play, and boy did he. 394 yards, 4 touchdowns, 48 rushing yards on the ground, and another touchdown. I mean, we know Tajay Spears has been the man all year, but for Michael Pratt to step up like that in a big game, that says a lot about that young man.
Can I also come at somebody right now? Tyler Tipton, you son of a bitch. You were talking about how good CJ Harris is for Ohio.
Yeah, he had a tough time.
Backing up Curtis Rourke, and Toledo pretty much just said, "I'm your daddy." That was hard to watch. That was hard to watch.
They did a great job. Yeah, they did
Toledo's
a great job
defense was
containing
killing
him.
them.
I mean, just like Tulane's defense against John Rice Plumlee, I talked about it last week. If they can stop him rushing the ball, then they have a great chance of winning. And look what happened. They did just that.
Yeah. If CJ Harris listens to this, I think he actually is a good athlete, and he's probably got some growing to do. But that Toledo D-line was murking Ohio's O-line the whole game. I watched that game from beginning to end because I had Ohio Tipton because, you're Tipton. And I was like, I'm going to follow Tipton's lead this time. And
if you go back and listen, I think I said if DeQuan Finn plays, I
think he did.
He sure as hell did.
And he did play.
I'll tell you what, Michaela's face is hilarious. I'm laying on the couch, whether y'all were doing San Antonio coming back, and I'm just zoned in here. And I was watching the game, and I said, uh-oh. And she's like, what? I was like, DeQuan Finn's playing. She's like, who's DeQuan Finn?
Let's hit him.
I know. I was like,
it's DeQuan.
And she just like on her phone, she's like, let me guess, you made a bad bet. I was like, more than likely, yes.
It's become so regular now.
It's okay though, because Tipton said CJ Harris is really good. Did not work out for him.
You only, per usual, you only listen to half of the explanation when you should have listened.
You're paying
to the whole
attention
thing.
to the team meetings, Grisham.
And I heard Kirk Herbstreit on game day say that Grace McCall was going to be playing against Troy. I also missed the part they said he'll be fighting through an injury. I was like, when they said he's playing, I was like, he's going, roll the dice, baby, let's go.
We got an all caps 3 exclamation point text from you. McCall's getting the start.
I was trying to hit it. It was like a +7. I was like, oh my god, I got to hit it now. It's going to go down. It's going to go down.
Well, hopefully you took my advice and took Fresno State, Jake Haener.
I did.
Jordan Mims.
I did take Jake Haener. I did take that, Jeff. And he looked phenomenal.
And how about a comeback season for them? I mean, he goes down, gets hurt. They hold the ship just enough.
They start.
Yep, for him to come back, and they run the table the rest of the way. I mean, man, what a senior year for that young man.
They were saying on again, I did watch a lot of ESPN. They were saying Jake Haener might be the best quarterback in college football today.
There's no doubt. I was saying Haener for Heisman.
He's probably going to be a top.
We were saying Haener for Heisman since week 0. We were saying,
and if he doesn't get hurt, he's got the numbers.
He's got to be up there
to be in the conversation.
Fresno, and here's the thing too. He would have gotten the recognition because Fresno State historically has had good quarterbacks. Because David Carr, Derek Carr, both got recognition when that time came. I have one more thing here. So on Sunday, I had to go to a little going away party for this family that we've befriended, and they got the selection show on or whatever in the background, and I hear these guys. It's a bunch of Georgia and Auburn and Alabama fans. Well, so they're showing all the bowl games, and one after another. So they show Alabama versus Kansas State, and they're like, well, Kansas State, they're pretty good. They're a lot better than you'd think, or whatever. So the next screen that flashes is Tulane USC, and this guy goes, why the hell's Tulane get such a good bowl game? And I was like, I just looked over. I was like, I'm gonna bite my tongue when my wife gets here. I'm not gonna say anything. He's like, who they even play? And I was like, well, if you must know,
I hope you turned into like
takes his glasses off, just wipes them down a bit. Well,
I just imagine like the Terminator when the eyes come on.
I was just reading my book, and I like kind of looked over my glasses there, and I was just like, let me listen first to this idiot before I pounce. And I let him finish, and I was like, so here's the thing about college football. Tulane beat the team that you just said is going to be a lot better than people think. Just in case you were wondering. And yeah, dude, they won 12 games or whatever they won. I was like, man, you people are just like, they don't even know. They're just so biased and blinded by what ESPN tells them.
Yep.
And Tulane's going to beat USC, by the way.
Oh, I cannot wait for them to beat the University of Spoiled Children. It's going to be absolutely incredible.
I never told y'all this. And I'm going to say it live on the air.
Wait, does this need to be a Group of 5 guys after dark story?
Christ.
We should start that. We should start an app.
The hidden stories.
You give me a few whiskey
Group
drinks,
of 5
I'll let
guys.
everything know. No, this is serious. I'm going to brag about Group of 5 guys real quick. I didn't tell you all this. I just remembered it. You're talking about how, you have these stupid Power 5 fans. Y'all know where I was after Thanksgiving, the infamous trip where I went to Tuscaloosa.
Okay, I was going to say, why don't you tell everybody where you went?
You already talked about it. Went to Tuscaloosa.
Iron Bowl. He went to the Iron Bowl.
Went to the Iron Bowl. My wife's alma mater.
He didn't go to UTSA. I'm done.
I'm going to still tell the story. I'm out there wearing my Group of 5 guy hat. I shit you not, 3 people recognized Group of 5 guys, and they knew who I was.
Heck yeah.
And I was at a bar, one of the better bars in Galette's. It's called Galette's in Tuscaloosa. It's where you get your yellow hammers and stuff. It's hundreds, maybe thousands of people in that damn bar. And I'm sitting up there waiting I'm in line to get a beer, and I hear, "Hey, Mayor." I turn around. Oh, it's just like,
I get.
I turn around. There he is. Had a conversation with this guy. Granted,
that's awesome.
It was a guy that I had met in previous I had encounters with in my life.
It was my brother-in-law.
But he said, no. But those 2 other people that I met, they were fans of the show. They knew who the show was. But this guy was just like, University of Alabama. I said, Group of 5 guy hat. Knew it was you. But
that's big time.
It was pretty cool though. It was big time. Yeah. In Tuscaloosa, Group of 5 guys is trending.
Trying to spread worldwide, my friends.
Yep. Worldwide hunger.
They're going to jump off. They're going to jump off that Tuscaloosa bandwagon and be Troy fans coming up. Don't look now. Yeah. Don't look now. Yeah. So next week, are we doing it next week or the week after? We're going to do a full bowl pick 'em, little bowl preview.
We need to do it next week because first bowl games are
first ones
next Thursday, Friday. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, we'll talk about those bowl games. We'll probably break down a few of them, pick all the rest of them. You guys know the deal. Before we go, follow us, all the social media platforms at Group of 5 Guys. Like and subscribe. Share with your families, your friends. That's the best thing that you could do. Hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the retweet button. Get the message out there. We're fighting the good fight. Hopefully you folks in San Antonio saw that. Go to group5guys.com, get some merch. Download the Prize Picks app. Use our promo code GOFG. They'll match you with some money. We'll see you next week. Group of 5 Guys, we're out of here.